Third time's the charm, right? The live chat is looking different to me now. All right. Sorry, friends. It's Thursday, and apparently it's Technical Issue Thursday. This is the third time we've tried to start this live stream, and I'm having trouble with the chat, getting the chat to work. So we're just in the process of trying to troubleshoot that right now. Yeah, okay, I got you. I got you, Stephanie. Yay. All right, we are back in business. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for your patience. I will delete those other streams. We will progress and go forward from here as if this was never a problem. It is Thursday. This is the start of the April Patreon map. And we are going to continue to jam on it until we get somewhere good. Hopefully Laura comes and joins us again, and whoever else wants to find their way to us is not going to have any difficulty. I don't know what was wrong with the chat, and I'm really sorry. I feel terrible about not knowing what on earth was going on. Right? Silly Thursday indeed. All right. Let's make that window smaller. All right. We are back in business. Good morning again. Hi, Laura. I can actually see you this time. Yay, the chat's finally working. Thanks for your patience with all of that. I don't understand what was going wrong, but we got there eventually. Oh, technology, right? Right. So now that it's official, I can share some good news on the stream. Dave and I have purchased a house. Hi, Michael. Good to see you, darling. Thank you. I'm pretty happy with it so far. But yeah, so I'm going to have a new studio coming up here in a couple months. So I'm excited about that. I will have a square room as opposed to this peculiar L shape that I am currently in. And I feel all kinds of excited and stoked about that. Thanks. You were about to just come over, Steph, break down the door. You don't need to send me anything for housewarming, Laura. It's all good. I'm just really excited to live in a place that I can paint, because I haven't been able to paint here, and have a square studio and a really beautiful yard. The yard is very exciting. Although neither Dave nor I are much for outdoor maintenance, so that is going to be an interesting challenge for us. Warm a house with cheese. I like this plan. We have a lawnmower. We bought an electric one actually last year because our gas one had a critical failure. So we needed to do the upgrade thing. Warm the house with 2 months of lawn service. Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be something? I would be a fan of this idea. He was too young. Now we have to figure out where he goes in terms of disposal, because that's going to be something we have to handle. Yeah, I suspect it is the dump. Okay, so I have wrenched my shoulder, and this is turning out to be a challenging thing for me today. We're going to try to make myself a little more comfortable here so that I'm not leaning so far over my paper. I'm sorry, that's probably not the best angle for you guys to see what I'm doing. You friends, quit saying guys. Really need to work on that. It's such a terrible default state to be in. Avoiding gendered language is a huge challenge sometimes. I need a heat lamp. I don't know what I need, but a solution would be good. I guess I could have heated up my magic bag and had it on my back while I was working today. I didn't think about that prior to getting started. I think it might lose its gender for the majority of people, but I think you're always going to get that subset of the population that feels that it's inappropriate. And I mean, technically, they're not wrong. It's still a gendered expression right now. 100 years from now, who knows? We will see, I guess. The proof will be in the pudding. It's like the use of dude as a general gender neutral term. Yeah, language is still a thing. What do you mean by cool, Michael? How do I say this? Akulasizi? Am I anywhere close? Hi, how's it going? Yes, there is dude, and then there's the dude, for sure. The dude abides over the course of 5 generations. That makes sense. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you. Akalishi. Okay, thank you. That helps. It would makes my life better. Thank you so much for the correction. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong about that at all, Michael. That is a thing for sure. Oh my goodness. The shoulder is a problem, friends. Yeah, I don't disagree with you that it's gonna be part of the lexicon, regardless of some people's impressions of its appropriateness. That that isn't something that I'm gonna contest. Yeah, agreed. Agreed, agreed. I didn't realize just how critical leaning is for me when I'm drawing until I'm trying to do it without leaning on the shoulder. No wonder my posture's all out of whack, friends. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, wrist and finger pain is something I'm pretty familiar with. I've had 2 carpal tunnel surgeries on my right hand, so that's something that I know. But I've done something to my shoulder, and I don't know what it was, but it started yesterday morning and just hasn't quit, unfortunately. I'm very fortunate that Stephanie, my neighbor, is a massage therapist and was willing to try and work on me last night. And it did help, but it hasn't solved the whole problem. So we're just gonna have to suffer, see if we can get through this. I look like a real goof, though. I've got my hand on my hip, trying to prevent myself from leaning on my desk. It's definitely changing the outcome of my lines. That's really fascinating. This is like totally, totally wild. Okay, have a good one, Michael. Talk to you later. Yeah, we definitely don't notice it until it hurts. You're not wrong. Stuff at all. I did continue to draw even after those surgeries because I am foolish and don't know how to take no for an answer. But I'm grateful for it. And it turned out that those surgeries were not the solution to my problem. Turned out I had my neck out of alignment. And once we knew that, I was able to fix the issue. So that was something. Yeah, I find I can cartoon with my left hand fairly well. Like I have a different style with my left hand versus my right hand when I draw with it. Everything is much bolder and rounder, and I find that really interesting. There's a movie from the 90s, I think, called Monkey Bone, and it stars Brendan Fraser. And it's about a cartoonist who, when he works with one hand, does like very serious art, but when he works with his other hand, there's this character called Monkey Bone that comes out, and Monkey Bone is very mischievous and um, practical joker kind of thing. And somehow Brendan Fraser's character ends up in Monkey Bone's world. I don't remember how now. It's been a very long time since I've seen the film. But it's kind of almost like Who Framed Roger Rabbit situation where you've got a live action actor mixed in with animated characters and animated sets and stuff. It was really fun. It was quite the romp. There's a hair on my pen. Space Jam, maybe? Because Space Jam had rabbits, like the Warner Brothers cartoons. It was about basketball. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And are there other ones that I don't know about? Those are the ones that are coming to mind for me. They're really fun though. And like a completely different style of presentation. Oh yeah. Bedknobs and Broomsticks and Mary Poppins. You are correct. Disney 2D. What were some examples of the 2D? Like the classic ones? Oh yeah. Atlantis and Treasure Planet. I've only seen Atlantis once. I think I should see it again. Treasure Planet I've seen a couple times. Princess and the Frog I've only seen once as well. The Incredible Mr. Limpet. I don't know what that is. Oh my goodness, you guys, the shoulder is such a problem. And there I go using guys again. Oh, friends. Oh, okay. I've never heard of that one. But you often have exposure to different films than me. And it's a deep cut. I love Ghibli movies, like, so much. They are some of the peak animation, in my opinion. I prefer the stuff of Hayao Miyazaki to his son's work so far. Um, but I love them. Like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle are probably my two favorites. Um, but they are charming and so beautifully done. Mononoke was wonderful. I love the soundtrack for Mononoke. Yeah, I hear you about Tales of Earthsea. Um, that's based on Ursula Le Guin's work, is it not? I can't remember. There's something about a good villain who stays a good villain. Um, we recently watched a movie called Run, um, by Kurosawa, which is my first Kurosawa film. And there's a female character in it who's just vicious. Like, she's absolutely ruthless and not above anything really to achieve her objectives. And she was very satisfying as a villain. I don't disagree necessarily with having a sympathetic villain. I think that that can add a lot of tension to a plot. Um, but there's something really wonderful about like a just straight up villain's villain. Nausicaa. I don't think I've seen Nausicaa. I should check my list. I think that's one of the ones that I'm still missing out on. Putting these dots on is a bit of a meditative process, my goodness. I haven't read the book for Howl's Moving Castle. How is it different? It's probably a very big question. You don't have to give me a full synopsis if that's too inconvenient. It's condensed, hey? Ah, I see. Yeah, that probably would be a little confusing if you're used to the original source material. I like interpretive dance. That's the thing. That sounds like that would have been fun to see. Oh, goodness. Stretch. Oh, you should hear my spine. Pop, 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 pop. At least I can still get my arm up over my head. That's more than I could do yesterday. More spots. Hal and Sophie have a son. That's brilliant. Your English is incredibly good. What's your first language? Polish. Wonderful. Yeah, tiny trees to tiny dots. You are not wrong, Steph. What's with me and tiny things? Why? Why do I do this to myself? Because it's fun. That's why. Oh, there I go leaning again. Stop this. Don't do it. Keep my arm behind my back. See if that helps. I get that, and I'm sorry for the mispronunciation. My first name is Shea, which is spelled Shea. And it's normally written after the Gaelic Sean, which is Sean, but most people would pronounce Shea written that SEA as C because the H is not immediately obvious like Sean, Sean. So I do get it. I get a lot of Shia now that I write the H, but I feel like there's not really a lot that can be done about that other than just endure it. There is something kind of terrible and strange and wonderful about other languages and not knowing them, and then also being in an orbit of like fantasy languages and fantasy maps and stuff. Because I often am like, oh, is this like a real word or is this a word that someone has made up? I don't know. And it's dreamy and kind of exciting, but also a little bit strange sometimes. All right. What do we think of those spots? Those spots are good. Those spots are good. Let's bust out some gold ink and play with that for a while. All right, drawer, you need to close a little bit so I can get at my ink collection. Ink collection, here you are. We want gold, bronze, or copper. I think we want the bronze. I don't know where my copper is. Yeah, I think we want the bronze. I think the copper would be a little too red to go well with the lilies. Swedish, hey? Swedish would be fun. That's really cool, Laura. I didn't know she'd done that. Are you shaken up enough now? I always thought your last name was French, Steph. I don't think I've ever heard you say your last name before. Oh, come on, pen. Don't make me get a brush. Ah, no! No, 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 no. Don't do it. Shit. We just might have to change the whole plan now. Well, damn it. Get off. Get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. This is the problem with working with old school materials, man. Digital, this wouldn't be a problem. You'd just erase. You'd hit an undo button and it would be over. All right. We are going to have to incorporate some blushy copper ink into the rest of this background. Yes, you are absolutely right. We will have to do some incorporation. All right, that pen is banished. We will not use that pen. What brush are we going to use instead? This brush? This brush. It doesn't have the tip on it that I want. Do I have a brush with a tip on it that I want? Brush roster, where are you? I don't want to have to use my good watercolor brushes on my acrylic inks. They're all frayed like that. Well, that one looks okay. Let's try that one. I haven't decided. This one is going to be the compass rose, and then this one is where the map is going to go. I haven't really decided what the contents of the map is going to be. I kind of feel like maybe doing a star chart instead of a geography map this month. But I wonder if that would be something that my patrons would like or would not like. I don't know. This is the problem with not having a solid plan. This month has been busy and complicated. I feel a little bit like I'm struggling to play catch up now. Again with the leaning. Oh, I got way too much ink on here. Slowly, slowly, slowly. There we go. Oh. Oh my goodness, you guys, the shoulder. Oh, and there I go saying it again. Friends, it hurts. I am frustrated with it. Do. Rodney, how are you, darling? I don't know what I did. I did something to my shoulder yesterday, and it is a mystery, and it is driving me. It's very painful. It's making my life hard. Come on. Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm just sore, making it happen. Thank you for joining us. Super nice to see you. We've had one slightly catastrophic incident with the ink this morning. But only one, so we're winning. Well, I'm glad you don't see it. We will just have to make some adjustments to hide it more fully, and it will be great. I think we need to shake the ink again. The only thing about working with metallics is they settle out so fast. That Shake It Up Baby stuck in my head right now. I can't even tell you when the last time was that I heard that song. Or Twist and Shout, maybe, is what it's called. Can't remember now. Your cassette tapes. Laura, you have something that can play cassette tapes? I was smiling because there's an under cabinet mounted CD player in the new house. I don't know if it comes with the house or not, but I was just like, oh my goodness, because it took me right back to my grandparents' place. They have one. We always listen to our Christmas carols on it when we go to their house at Christmas. All right, last little bit here. All right, friends, I am going to call it there for today. I need a heating pad, and this is a good place to stop. Thank you so much for coming to join me. I really appreciate the company, and oh my goodness, I don't think I would have stayed working quite as long if I hadn't had you here to support me. So thank you so much for that. I am not sure if I am live streaming tomorrow or not. As usual, I will post to the Facebooks with my decision. It'll kind of depend on how the shoulder is doing. And yeah, doing that thing. All right, take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.